Hello, holy shit. Hello, chat. Welcome back to kloplive. Today's topic is about the American literacy crisis and how it's been getting much, much worse. Or has it? If you're like me, you may have been seeing a ton of these videos cropping up about the supposed American literacy crisis, and all of them seem to cite this one study that states that 54% of adults in the United States are illiterate. Well, a YouTuber named Woody Ling recently released a video calling into question the validity of these claims.
And we can scroll down to the bullet points she was reading from. This is how it looks vertical when you screenshot it on a phone, but I'm looking at the web page in my background here. On average, 79% of adults nationwide are literate in 2024. 21% of adults in the US are illiterate in 2024. 54% of adults have a literacy below a 6th grade level. Wow, okay. If you scroll down just a little bit, literally right here, the exact same data shows up for 2022 to 2023. Like 21% of adults are illiterate in 2022, 54% have a literacy below a 6th grade level. It's literally the exact same numbers, hasn't changed over a couple years. And nowhere on this page, scroll all the way down, all the way up, nowhere on this page is a single source for that data. Pretty wild for a literacy institute, if you ask me.
Now, I can't recommend Woody's video enough. It's extremely well made and researched. And while I can't get into everything he talks about in this slot video, let's go over a key point. The study had participants take a PIAAC test, a test that measures literacy, numeracy, and problem solving with technology. However, for our purposes here, we only care about the literacy portion. The Gallup study defines illiterate to be someone who scores below a level 3 on the PIAAC scale. Level 2 is between 226 to 275 points scored on the test, and individuals at level 2 are able to access and understand information in longer texts with some distracting information. While not flashy, this doesn't quite sound like illiterate. Take a look at level 1's definition. They can understand the meaning of short texts as well as the organization of lists or multiple sections within a single page. Still doesn't quite sound like illiterate, right? The National Center for Education Statistics defines illiterate for the PIAAC test to be below level 1, which is in stark contrast to the below level 3 definition from Gallup. But the PIAAC definition states that even people below level 1 are able to process meaning at the sentence level, which, sans writing, definitionally still means literate. Another thing that's interesting to mention is the below 6th grade level claim.
So people keep saying these things without defining them, and I don't know where they're getting it from. Like the 6th grade level thing, I can't find that source. Even the Gallup study, which is the closest to the source for the 54% or 130 million figure, does not describe what a 6th grade level or lacks proficiency means. It doesn't even say that that means struggling to read basic sentences. It just says that it's based on data from the Department of Education with no source. Like, we can see the claims before and after that have footnotes with citations and even links, but that 54% claim does not have a source. And when I look for the source of that claim, I cannot find it. Only more articles and people repeating that claim without ever even saying what it's supposed to be based on.
There's a lot more that I won't be covering here, but Woody's video is a great watch, so go show him some love and leave a like on his video. He absolutely deserves it. Link in description. While I was editing, I decided to watch some of the Jared Henderson video that was released 11 months ago, and I realize now that he points out the same thing Woody did in his video. Despite this, most of the comments on the video still go on with their anecdotes about how people really are illiterate. Is this a reading crisis or a listening crisis? Many videos that cover the literacy crisis will often break the 100k view barrier because of the sensationalized titles and heady subject, but most of it's built on lies. Woody's video, as of recording, only has around 9,000 views, which is truly a shame because it's a great video and clears up a lot of the misinformation about the literacy crisis. Woody even made a video dissecting the Gallup study over a year ago, only for it to get 6k views. The real part of the literacy crisis that's getting worse is the people sensationalizing and farming views on the internet. I honestly do believe that there might be some type of literacy crisis, especially in the younger generation, hashtag Gen Z hating on Gen Alpha. But many videos you'll see will cite the Gallup study or some similar study that doesn't really show anything meaningful, at least not for adults. We know that since 2013, literacy for young kids has been slowing down, and after COVID started on a downswing. But for those cases, there are pretty self-evident causes for these effects. However, there's still no reason to believe that literacy in adults should be decreasing. The 54% of American adults being below a 6th grade level is a statistic I've seen over and over again for the past few months, and each time, I genuinely believed until I watched Woody's video. Admittedly, it was something I didn't really question and just took at face value, but I'm glad that someone was there to challenge the claim, because it absolutely doesn't hold up to any scrutiny. It's very common for a statistic like this to be picked up by many outlets, since it's very crazy to think about. I don't necessarily think that any of these YouTubers who have made videos about the literacy crisis are doing so to be malicious about it, but that doesn't change the fact that many of them have been spreading around a fake stat for months now. Well, chat, that's all I have for today. If you're still interested in learning more, go give Woody's video a watch. He really does a fantastic job at explaining the faulty logic and information within the study. But that's all I have for today. It seems the literacy crisis is getting a whole lot worse. Thanks for klopping by.